back to this episode. So in today's episode, we're just going to finalize this app, and we just like connect the last dots, and yeah, we try to clean up or try to straighten up all the remaining processes so that this becomes the final episode of the medical app. And so far we have gone so far that all these links we have here, they are working so well. I just want to add just a few things that we can just talk about. Okay, so far the only thing that was actually disturbing me on this app is we have to find a way where someone can modify their onboarding data. So when they were onboarding, they feed in a lot of data, the bio data, so many things are uploaded to documents. So we need to find a way of this person again modifying this data. Okay, we need to find that way so that he should be able to modify those different parts of the application. And I think that is the part that was really missing most, because all other things they look to be really okay. Now, if you just go and see this onboarding part, just going to drop this one here. So if you just see this, it is in the folder of onboarding, and by the time you go to the onboarding, you should be having an account. That's why you see you need to have an ID to access this page. Okay, so meaning that, for instance, the logged in user, his ID, I was seeing it here, for instance, which is Dr. Asuman. And if you want to this doctor, we could route him to onboarding, and then we pass in that ID. So for instance, onboarding, and the ID is this one with AAF, this one. Okay, so you can see that is routed to this page, but as you can see that all his data, even when we have it in the profile, and there is nothing being populated. Okay, so really we need to find a way of making this, because this was saving direct to the database, and this data should be at least be showing up when this person does this, right? So I might just like change a little bit, most especially with the fact that we had used I think context API. I think it was not Redux, it was, I think, context. If you go to the onboarding here, you will see that we are using getting things from the onboarding. Okay, so I think alternatively, before we just even use that, this information we have it. This information, if you just check when someone submits, for instance, you have this biodata form, right? So when the biodata form submits information at the end of the day, if you just come here and you see the this biodata form has all this information, and this information is being saved when there is this blah blah. I want to see where we are saving this. So you can see we have this update, everything is update. So you just go this, and then you can see that we are sending to this update profile, which takes in the ID, and it is Prisma kind of doctor profile dot update. So it means like everything we are saving it in the doctor profile, right? So you just like go into Prisma and check onto the doctor profile, and I think that is where all the information lives, right? And If I just go back to schema and you look at the user, you just scroll down here where we can just look at the profile information of availability, and the last one here is the doctor profile. So you see all the information, the documents, email, country, city, all this information actually is saved in the doctor profile. So there should be a way of retrieving this information when we route to this page and we populate it into this one, right? Yeah, that should be really easy. Even the resume functionality, you could just use the tracking ID, or you could even just like if you are logged in, you should be able to come back to this page and modify some information. Okay, so I'm just going to say this. So if you just go there on this page, I'm just going to start by going to the onboarding information itself. So if I just go back here on this page, and on this page, you should be able to get the profile, right? We can just check in our actions. We see if we have any action whereby we can get the information. It is update profile, update availability, create availability, create doctor profile, and all these gate application by track. So this is find unique wire tracking number. So just going to use something like this. Okay, I'm just going to get something like this. There is also get this get doctor profile by ID. Okay, and if we use ID, we just go ahead and get the find unique and even include availability. So we already have this. Okay, we already have this. So we can just like go and use this get doctor profile by ID. So if I just go back to this and I just say const profile, doctor profile, can say doctor a profile is equal to await. They say await get doctor profile by ID, and first get this, and let's pass in the ID, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and console.log the doctor profile. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and console.log that. So I'm just going to refresh on this page, and then I go back to the terminal and I see if I can get or access this information in any way. Okay. And definitely you can see that I'm not seeing all the information, but you can see that we actually have all this information about the doctor, right? We have all this information. I don't know what's wrong with my terminal, guys, but at least you can see that we actually have these, the biodata. We even have props. Please fill in your biodata. Okay. Yeah, I think it's this one here. So we have this. Okay, we have this. So we should be able to pass in this doctor profile to the onboarding, and then we use that. Okay, we use that information to populate whatever you're supposed to populate. Okay, So I'm just going to go here and I was just passing this doctor profile to this place here. And if I just go to the onboarding steps, I can just go. I also get this doctor profile, and then just get doctor profile with of type. So I think this is just like a doctor profile. It's like doctor profile from Prisma client. Okay. So after reaching on this site, we have started getting some data and we pass it in these different forms. Okay, we have to get this data and pass it in this page. Okay, I can see we are passing in little information just like that, but we need to pass in the profile, right? We need to pass in this profile we just received here, the doctor profile. I'm just going to go and do that. So just say here doctor profile, okay, is equal to doctor profile, just like that. And you just go this side, I'm just going to receive this profile as well. I'm just going to say here doctor profile. Doctor profile from Prisma client and just get it on also this page. Okay, so having put that on the page, I'm seeing some errors, but let's just not mind about them right now because we'll pass that in all forms. Okay, so the most important thing is where we are getting this. Okay, you can see we're getting biodata, and this biodata was coming from. Okay, if you look at this, I think it is a abstracted from the context. Okay, so this time instead of using that, I'm just going to use that maybe as the second thing or something. But the first priority is going to be gotten from the this side. So I'm just going to first get this what that is saved, whatever they just record this saved is not working, of course. I'm just going to leave it by the first priority. I just give it to scroll down, not there. I just want here in this default values. So it's going to be a doctor profile, doctor profile dot first name. I'm just going to copy this all over the place. Okay, and it's going to be all over the place like that, I think. And that's the only thing we just need to do. Other things should remain because like updating and everything pushing to the next page should just remain. The only thing that you're seeing here is that we are not passing the profile in all the pages. So I think I'm going to do that because all the pages they need access to this data. So I'm just going to pass it in also here, pass it in here, and pass it in here, and pass it in here, and finally pass it in here. Okay, let's just go to the second one now. Let's go to the second one. And on this, we have like looked up profile. Let me see here. It doesn't have also those the data. I'll wait. Um, let's first see what do we have here. Like dot, as if it is just not like being awaited or something. I'm just going to see what does this return back. So okay, we return here this dot data, I guess. Okay, so I'm just going to say dot data. And then this is saying data does not exist on the promise. Okay, come on. I don't know why is this a second. We have await, and this is async function await get profile, and we pass in ID. What do we get back here? All the information is on the data. Whatever we just get back here is supposed to do, yeah, it is assimilating that I'm not passing in await, like this await is not being seen. It's as if I'm doing this. So if I do now, it should just say dot then. But if I put await, I expect it to really okay. There is something here. So it's like await. Okay, and then after this await, we have something like when this one is done, then like after that we can have data. Okay, and now the fact that this one can be null or okay, so we could just like we could just say that someone should just like the profile should be seen. If it is not there, then um I'm just going to do this, and I'm just going to simply say yeah, we can just simply say if there is no profile, so you can just like do something like doctor profile. Okay, we can just say dot id. Okay, I'll just say doctor profile and doctor profile, I think dot id. And if this, and then we can just like put this. So it should just be okay now because we are checking all the checks to make sure that by the time this reaches here, it is actually there. So if we just like do that, only that, we should just have like the information in the first section are populated. As you can see here, these as man, upload, and mail, all these ones are populated, except this one. I don't know how we can get this one get populated. So just look at that. But that is really nice. Now the doctor now can just come and can modify this, right? I'm just going to go back to, I first do this to all other steps. So I'm just going to do this, and I'm just going to go and onboarding steps. Let's go to all steps one by one. So this we have finished the bio. We can just go to the profile information. We are passing in this. So just go to this profile information and let's receive this doctor profile. Okay, we are receiving the doctor profile, and then we're just going to do the same thing. I will just say doctor profile. Okay, so like this. Okay, and for this one, let's first look at where we are getting date of birth. Let's first see where we are getting date of birth from the biodata form. So I think this one is outside somewhere. Okay, so you can see like date of birth here and initial is going to be here. Here just simply say profile. Doctor profile, I think. Doctor profile. So this should just maybe work for somehow. Yeah, so you can see like the date of birth is updated. Let's go to the profile information. So you can see when the profile information is updated except the medical license, of which we're going to work on right now. So just go to the profile information. So there is the expiry date, which is the taking in initial expiry date. This should be doctor profile. Okay. Doctor profile, as simple as that. And then even this should be doctor profile. And yeah, so I'm also going to go and check on this and refresh. And yeah, so even his images here. Okay, just go to the next, which is contact information. So in the contact information, contact info, we just receive also the profile, doctor profile, doctor profile, and wherever there is a need for this, I'm just going to go ahead and add doctor profile. Okay, let's go to contact information. So you can see the contact information is also there. Let's go to the education information, education info, and just receive the a doctor profile, and let's go and update this. Um, where we have this, I'm just going to be putting the doctor profile. Okay, and the so initial these initial docs, they come from board certificates. So we have this one for now. I think the type here they're not matching. Okay. For the initial docs, I think it has to be how this file looks like has it should look like if I remember the file has a size and so many others. Should I think should just be like in that format. Okay. It should be in that format. Let me see. So these docs. Let's first go and also change these some of these ones first. Doctor profile. So this sorry, and this goes to where we have the multiple file uploads. So we get this and the files. As if you just look at this one, the file must have, I think, these props. Okay, the title, the size, and the URL. So for us, we actually save, I think, the URL. If you just look at this file props, okay, you can look at the file and then put that. Okay. So unfortunately, when you are saving to the DB, the files we put, we only save, I think, we simply save the URLs. So we have to put like, we have to create something like this, I guess. Okay. For this, and after getting these certificates, we are supposed to map over them. I can just come and do this. So after getting that, you can just like map, because this is an array, can just map access a single item, which is a URL, I guess. And then you can just say return, and you return an object which has these things. The title of which right now is going to be maybe item. The size, we're just going to put size as maybe 20, and then the URL to be the item also. And also put here something like this. Okay, so now the whatever we pass in here, um, I don't know, this would be taking in maybe like file props or something. There is these ones we defined here. I don't know if that one makes everyone happy. And let's now see on the education information. So you can see like on education information, we have all these. Okay. Including you can see this file size here. Okay. And for the file size, I think I'm just going to say that because this size is not rare, right? This size is not rare. So we could just like leave it empty, but then we just check for the empty size. If this size maybe is null, now we get a problem, right? Uh, this is zero, is a number, right? So you could just like go to mod profile upload, and here where we are calculating the file size, and we could just like come here and we put this only if the file dot size is greater than 0, and then we show this. Okay, so this one is going to help us not show the size. Okay, on the first if you are updating and there is no size. Okay, so you can see it is now gone. Okay, now for these ones, we cannot know we could know the one is selected, but then how do we pass in this? Primary specializations. Can I just look at where those ones are coming from? Primary specializations. Let's look here. I think it is not being picked because primary specialization, I can see here doctor profile of primary specialization. And for this one, maybe we could just leave it. Is always going to be selecting whichever they need. And let's go to the practice information. Practice info. The first thing is to receive here the doctor profile. Doctor profile. You see the doctor profile and the just like go inside where there is all this. For instance, start from up here. Uh, Wherever there is practice data, just put I just put doctor profile. Okay, and just go down here. Then here practice, just replace all this. With doctor profile, doctor profile. Okay, let's just go to that practice information. Okay, so all things are there except the Hawaii hourly charge. Maybe this he did not feed in anything, did he? Hourly charge. I think here the is hourly wage is not there in this side here. Okay, I'm just going to add it, just to duplicate this. I'm just going to add this. Okay. Okay, so we should now have this here. Let me refresh. Yeah, so you can see like how I charge it 300. Okay, and the finally is additional information. So additional information. Just going to pass in here doctor profile and just use it wherever we have some states here. I'm just going to say, so for the documents, you know how we do it. So let me first start by changing this to doctor profile. Okay, so for these ones, we're just going to do dot map. Okay, and then you have like item. I'm just going to return object which has three things, I guess. If I just can check in the education info, I guess. I'm just going to return this. Okay. Return this. And then here we need to change this to file props. Okay. Just file props like that. And then we just continue here, and I'm just going to gonna get this additional data with doctor profile. Okay, so that one should just be good enough to give us the additional information. Yeah. So you have this additional information. Everything looks great. So now what I just want is you would ask like, is it possible to have this at the dashboard level, and so that someone doesn't feel like you're just like leaving the dashboard? I think it must be or should be possible. And how it can be possible is if just go here, we're back to the dashboard. I will put I'm just going to go ahead and put where we have like, I think Mm, we could just have mm, I think this should be also in other settings. We could add another one more tab. Okay, we can add another tab for maybe uh, doctor profile. Okay, I think I'm just going to add just a link saying a profile. We can smartly add that. I'm just going to Control P and let's go to sidebar. Sidebar. Uh, just here. So you can see we have the user roles. The user has those ones. So I want to go to the doctor and I just want to add one more link. And so before this setting, you're just going to have one more say like profile. And just going to be like doctor profile. This just to give us like really a good place to do all our things we want. So we have settings. So icon is going to be user, I think. Okay. So let me just go ahead and go to create that page. Okay. So in the back dashboard, doc time. So you could just say go inside here. I'm just going to create one more thing. As you can see, we have doctor profile. So just going to create a new folder called profile. And then I'm just going to create a new page .tsx rfc. Okay, rfc. So the first thing I just would want to get on this page is just like getting the ID. So const, I'm just going to say, for instance, session is equal to await get server session. And then from there we pass in auth options and let's get these to async. And let's go ahead and also get the ID. So const like ID is equal to session dot user dot ID, just like that. I'm just going to first of all put h2 like some page. Here is the profile page. Okay, we can just say you already see we have here this profile. So they just go to the profile page. Okay, and I can show you that we have ID on this page by just simply adding it here. Yes, ID. Okay, so what we want is basically to use to have some tabs representing this information. That's going to be the first step. So I'm just going to go to shard and just straight away to the tabs, just like this. And just simply go to code. I think we already have them, so just simply just go to usage and just simply get this first one top here. And I think these ones are just like server, they are at the server. So even if you actually add them here, just like this, you still actually on the server side, you don't get any problems putting them here. Okay. So one thing I'm just going to go here. Let's give like a simple padding. I don't know what other pages did we wrap them in. I think they may be in their layout or something. We should have maybe done something like wrapping. And I think speaking of that, I'm seeing like the thing we're having here of this the layout. I think I might just use that instead of using the tabs. Yeah, I might use this. Okay, let me just see in this that we have. Okay, I'm just going to first of all just go to the profile page. Let me just add 8 of padding, like maybe 8. Okay, just a little bit of padding. So I'm just thinking of um I'm thinking of like we could just have these also lined up here, like different settings or here. Either way, we could just like line up them here, and we don't actually have to let struggle. Now, this is also going to also uh, determine if a trigger can a trigger be a link. Oh, okay. Actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think. Let me just first show you what I want to share with you. So I'm just going to just come here and say iframe. So if you just remember the concepts of an iframe tag, if you just go here and look for the iframe, first of all, make sure by the way that these tabs they occupying width is full, just like this. So if you just got an iframe, just like this one, just copy it. Okay. And you can just like I want to copy like one of these ones. Okay. So if I just come to one of these tabs, like this one, and I paste this, okay, for this style, I don't think it needs a style. You could just like add, if you wanted to add this, we could just add it as a class name here. We just simply add border. Now, let's just go ahead and get an actual page. Okay, let's just like copy this page of shard and let's bring it in where we have this. Let's add that. So if we just go back, okay, so you can see like we have this page here, and let's go and say height for height also let's say 100%. Doesn't work like that for height. 100%, I guess. Um, I'm just going to use it, I think, under the class name. Let's see if I don't put height, but I just go ahead and I put height of screen, for instance. What does this? Yeah, so it gives this height of screen, like I think 100%, like so. And what if I just give it height full? Okay, but then mean height of screen. Does this mean that we can have a full page? I think we still have the same thing. Okay. But you get the concept. So if it means that if I just copy one of these links here, let me show you. And I come and I paste it here, just like so. So let's go back here. We should just like have the same experience as you can see here. Only that it has the header. That's kind of something we don't need. Mm, This would be really good if it didn't have coming with all these other parts and so on and so forth. or or actually, I've thought of something. I've thought of something. So instead, so if you just remember what that thing is, just a second, just a second, just a second. If you remember going back to this page, I could just simply actually copy this page exactly the way it is. Only that now the ID, which is okay. I'm just going to work on that. So you can just copy this exact thing and we just take it to the doctor profile. So I just remove everything and replace it with this one. All right. Um, so having done that, the only thing to come to the profile page, you should just pass in the ID, right? I can just do that from the sidebar, control sidebar. Here. So in this, the fact that we are in the sidebar, we have access to the ID, right? Just come and say const ID is equal to user dot ID. Okay, great. So I can just now use this in the doctor section, more especially on the profile. So I'm just going to change this profile to backticks. Okay, just like that. I'm just going to attach question mark ID is equal to, I'm just going to say dollar ID. put a comma here. So this should just like solve the problem. Okay, I'm just going to now click on it one more. Let's first go to the dashboard and then we'll go back to that after it has updated. So yes, we go to this. Now let's see. Okay. It is showing nothing. Let me just go back to this profile page. It seems like it has a lot of things, but it's not showing anything. Is it because it is not getting the profile ID? This profile. And that would be crazy, right? I'm just going to say this. Oh, uh, actually, actually, um, doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So, okay, I understand the problem. So we have two choices. Okay, we have two choices. The I think the easy one, if we want to maintain this architecture the way it is right now, like this, we just simply need to drop this in an ID. So just instead of, in fact, I'm just start by creating a folder and just like put it inside ID like this, and then this page of that, right? And then in the sidebar here, instead, now just simply pass it just like this. Okay, we just simply pass the ID, profile ID, just like that. Now it is even more worse, I guess. Doctor profile. So now we cannot have this. So just go back now. So now it should just work, I guess. Yeah. So now it should work. And as you can see here, clearly we have all this information and you can just, oh, okay. Um, that's too bad. I'm just going to go back here. So all these links um, are hard coded. Okay. All these links are hard coded. So how can we not hard code them? Because if you check on this page, we can use the what do they call it? We can just get the path name, right? So for instance, let me just first go back this side. So inside the onboarding steps, for instance, here, we can just get the path name, all right? Um, if I just come here, this is the use client, right? So if I just come here, you say, for instance, const const path name is equal to use path name. Yeah. So just go ahead and just consider the path name. Okay, that is line 29. I'm just going to go inside the console just like this. Okay, you just need line 29. Where can I find line 29? Okay, line 29 is here. Okay. Uh, it's not what I expected to see. Um, just want to see path name is use path name. No, just like use this. We normally use path name. I don't know why it is giving this. Okay. Mm. Oh, did I just console the path? Just about the path name. Where did this path come from? Jesus. Okay, just refresh one more time. You're supposed to get the path name. I was now getting frustrated. Okay. Okay, so you can see that it gives you the path name. Okay. So this is the path name, for instance. Okay, and so if the path name is equal to this one, so this is the path name. Do we need all this? Um, slash onboarding slash is actually path name, right? And then if you adjust the side of onboarding on the dashboard, let's see. So here the is slash dashboard dash doctor dash profile and all that. Okay, let's see how we can just like use this. Assuming I just get it at this point, I'm just going to pass it into um so if we could just like pass it in, or we could just like just simply get this, because I don't want to add it in the params, I guess. So you can just start from top and you just find the path name on top here, just like this. And then if you think about the path name now, where we are adding the links, where do we add the links actually? Oh, I think that one is on the steps. We don't need it inside here, I guess. Really, where do we need this? Is there anywhere we have like onboarding steps or something? Let me first go back to the onboarding. Oh, so there are two places we need to change. Even inside here, we have to. Because if you just look at this after you have saved, you move to the next page, I guess. You can see here. For this one is okay. The last one. But if you just go to other pages, other components, okay. So when they do everything, they push to the next page, I guess. Yeah, so you can see router.push. Okay, so this one should be the path name. Okay, you can see this first thing is the path name. Okay, so I'm just going to first get that. So where are we using next page? Okay, that's okay. We still need the path name, so I'm just going to be defining the path name here, and then we use it. So if you just get the path name, let's see if that one can work. So where we have this onboarding slash user ID, for this one is going to be the dollar path name, because the ID comes on the path name. Okay. So this is what we are routed to, right? I'm just going to copy that. So just go to all these ones which have this. And just only want this router. So just define the path name. Okay, path name is equal to use path name. Go to another one, practice info. Let's go to where we have this push. We're just going to use this and just define the path name now. It's equal to use path name. Onboarding. Onboarding steps, that's okay. And just go to these router.push. Just define the path name. Okay. Contact info. Just define the path name. is equal to use path name. Okay, and then that was contact, then just will take biodata. Okay, path name is already there. Additional info. This one should it is different. Okay, so I think we have just finished all of them. Let's just go back to this side and we're just going to refresh this side. Now, if I just go to profile information, that is a profile info. Let's check that. Oh, I didn't do the sides. Okay, the sides. So I'm just going to first go back to this onboarding place. I want to know the steps. So there is where we have these steps, and they have the links. Okay, when you click on them, let's look at them. Okay, somehow, somewhere, just down here. So there is this link here. Okay, so I'm just going to go here, and I think this should be use client. Okay, so I'm just going to define also the const path name. So const path name is equal to use path name. I think we already have path name somewhere. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to go to this onboarding ID is the dollar path name. Okay, so let's go back one more time, refresh. Okay, and let me just click on this. So this should just like, yeah. So this is now working just like that. If you go this side, it should also just work fine. As you can see, this is using the path name. Okay. Great. So now we can just update this information. The doctor can have access to the profile data and they can update it from even within the dashboard, right? Which is really great, we may say. Um, as you can see, they can update the profile, practice, and everything. Okay, now here is the problem is, for instance, this button here should be somehow different for additional information. I'm just going to go to, I think this profile, which is the last, and it is additional information, the first one. Okay, so here you can see this one pushes. Okay, I'm just going to only do this if this is, so I'm just going to do here const is onboarding onboarding is equal to, so what we just want is we're first going to get the path name we have here. So just going to get the path name. Okay, dot. So I think we could just get path name please, a dot split. So I just want to split this, and this creates an array, and I'm just going to split it, I think, on a slash. Okay, this will create an array. Okay, and what I just want to do in an array is, if this array at least contains dot contains, there is a sync dot includes, I think. What does include do? String, whether an array includes a certain element returning true. So this one is going to be onboarding. That's the what we are looking for. So to know that this is working, we just need to say, first of all, this one should only work if onboarding. So you say if is onboarding, then we should do this. Otherwise, there is no routing anywhere. Okay. And then we can also just go to this button, right? First of all, so this title is going to be complete if it is onboarding. So if is onboarding, this should show that this is complete. Otherwise, should be update. Well, just I think should be like save. Okay. Now here is saying save. Okay, because this does not contain anything onboarding. Going back this side, on the other hand, let's see. This would just be like, I'm just going to go to the last process. Yeah, so you can see this one is complete, meaning that this is working, right? Okay, great. Mm, I think that's really nice, but we still need to confirm something if this is actually is updating. Like I'm just going to say here, education history. I'm just going to say I went to New York Academy School of Sciences. Maybe something like this. Okay. So I just want to confirm that the update actually is happening because we haven't tested that. So you save, and it must have given an error because that speed was really fast. I don't think it did anything. Just going to scroll down here and see if there's any problems. But I don't think so. I don't know. Like it seems like nothing happened, but I can just like refresh. Yeah, it did not save. Okay, so I just said troubleshooting this. Okay. Um, is supposed to run this one. There is this function called complete profile, complete profile. Okay. It is basically ID, existing ID, and this is the one sends an email, right? But it's like we're not sending an email because okay. So this one sends I think an email. Mm, we could just even just like duplicate this function and we use the update doctor profile. I think this is the one that in just like using doctor profile and update. Who is that? Yeah. So I'm just going to go back to this. It is the additional information. First of all, I would just say also here, okay, you can just say that if, if, and we could just say late response. Um, okay, I just first do this. I'm just going to say if is onboarding, then I do this. Okay, it is do something else. So what we just need to do is copy all these. Okay, cut them, and you could just like paste them in here, and then I'm just also going to go here and paste them here. We just need to now get the response also. Need to get the response here. So here is going to be update. The server action update doctor profile, I guess. And this one takes in what? Update doctor profile just needs an ID. Okay. Uh, form ID. Is that the form ID? Let's first check in others which are using update like contact. They just for C. Yeah, so I think this is the form ID. So update, then you pass in the form ID. It's okay. Now I don't know why for some reason it doesn't update. We shall just confirm in a second. This is my education history. Okay, I'm just going to try to save. Before that, they just refresh to make sure that everything. Okay, I just want to save. and additional information. Line 45. What is on line 45? Just see. I'm not seeing where the problem really is. And it's saying a form ID is undefined. I don't understand. What is this form ID came from? Just going to go to Control B, onboarding steps. I just want to know where does this form ID represent? Because everything we are passing in the form ID, and the form ID is actually the doctor profile ID. Okay, the doctor profile ID, and we just have that, I guess, already here in the doctor profile, so it's okay. So doctor profile dot ID just here, doctor profile dot ID. So just copy this and let's pass it to every form starting from the first one, the second one. Okay. Okay. So let's now try one more time to save the data. Okay. So just going to say same thing. This is my education history. Save. Okay, we still have the same problem. Really, that's unfair. You could just even populate this, what they say, doctor profile with the actual doctor profile. Okay, that is the actually actual one we just passed in. Um, I don't know what's wrong with this. So basically, additional information, line 45, additional information. Up to now, the form ID is null. That is impossible. How is the form ID null now? Okay, we could just like simplify this by either the case. I'm just going to just come what it is form ID. Um, so I'm just going to go to this form ID. Okay. So here we just want doctor profile dot ID. Okay, so I'm just going to go to whatever there is form ID. I'm just going to say doctor profile dot ID. That's exactly what it is representing. Okay, so if I just want that, I'm just going to pass in that. Okay, just going to do it for all the forms because can you see update doctor profile and just add this doctor profile ID and as simple as that. Practice information. I think this is the first one we did. Practice information. Just come here, onboarding steps, and then here, educational information. Just put this. Contact information. Just put this. Biodata. And availability. I think this is just like in something else. Availability, additional information. Additional information. Just, yeah, I think it's okay. I don't think availability is part of it, right? Yeah, it is not. Okay, so let's try one more time. Let's try one more time. This is my education history and save. Okay, profile updated successfully. And I just went to refresh to confirm that. Okay, so now it is updating. Okay, great. Okay, and that is really, really great. So now we see we have the profile information. So I think one thing I just need to also, one thing that I also just need to do is doing the same thing to the admin. Now, I'm not sure if I remember any admin this. Let me see for sure. I don't know if I have any admin. I have one admin there. The password is going to be the problem, but I just want to log in as an admin. This is the email of the admin. Okay, so we're done with the doctor. The doctor can do now everything they want. They can update their information. Okay, they can update their information. Really, the doctor can do now everything, right? And so with the doctor, I'm done. Like really done. They can now update their profile. This is the part that was disturbing me so much, and we still have they can still access it. They said, oh, if a new person comes, they can still come and they go through the same process. We'll try one at last, but I just want to log out right now. Okay. And I think in this onboarding, we're also going to create for it a layout. And this because of this, as you can see, we're still having this even when this person logs out. That's not good. So I will just go here. Okay. And I'll just copy one of these layouts. I just go and create a layout anyways. Okay, so the good thing with the profile, I think the doctor for this is a protected dashboard is protected, so we don't expect anyone to come. You can select it is protected, right? There is no one who's going to come this side when it's not authenticated. I can maybe copy even this one, and I can just go to onboarding. So instead of putting this on this page, you see we are only checking on this page. Do we even check on this page? So I will just put a layout within the onboarding. No, maybe I wouldn't put on the onboarding because the resume page, you don't need to be authenticated, right? And this resume page, you don't need to be authenticated. And the only thing you're just going to create is in this. Mm, I think for the resume, we're going to change the functionality a little bit. Really, yeah, we're going to change it a little bit. So I'm just going to add a new file here. I'm just going to create layout.tsx and paste in this. Now in this layout, we don't need anything other than the children. Okay. So you could just like basically put your children here and just remove anything inside here. So just like have bare children like that. And you're just going to remove this user. So basically you want to route people to this. Okay. Redirect to login. And I think here we're just going to say also if someone comes to this site on this, I'm just going to put question mark return URL is going to be equal to. So instead, if someone just went to this route on the onboarding route and they're not authenticated, they will be taken to the login. And just in case they log in, then we should just return back them to the onboarding. Okay. So I'm just going to go to return URL. I'm just going to construct this. So I will just put the backticks here. Okay. So the return URL is going to be, we could just go and, okay, of course, this is what we want. Just copy this. Okay. Just like this. It should be slash onboarding. Now, this ID is supposed to be gotten from this session. Mm, we don't have the ID. That's why we are routing them to the login in the first place. So we don't have that. I'm just going to simply put onboarding. The return URL is going to be slash onboarding. Okay, and me, I'm just going to go to the login and a target for this onboarding. Okay, can I just go to onboarding right now? To the login rather. Login. Okay, on the login, more so where we redirect. So you can just say after this, we simply route to the dashboard. We don't want just to route the dashboard. We can just first get here this const. So this time we just want the search params is equal to use search params, and we can just say const get the return URL, which is going to be equal to search params dot get. So you say dot get, okay, dot get, and just going to get the return URL. And if it is not there, we're just going to give the default to the dashboard. Okay. So then the return URL is what you're just going to go here, put here, right? So inside here, we'll just put return URL. Okay, so in the other case where we put the slash dashboard, so I'm just going to just also compare something here. And I'm just going to say if the return URL, so if I just do something like return URL equal to if the return URL is equal to slash onboarding, okay, if it is equal to slash onboarding, okay, so I just leave it like this. Okay. Uh, so when someone just routes back to onboarding here, you said we don't have the page for the onboarding itself. It has this ID, this and this. It's okay. We could just go and create this page. The TSX RFC, and in this, really what we just want to do is simply getting the ID and route them to that. Const ID. Okay, I just start with this session is equal to get server session. Okay, get server session, and then we pass in us options, and then from this get a const ID is equal to session dot user, and this is await, and make this async session dot user, and then dot ID. So what I just want to do in this one, okay, I just want to I'm just going to say that redirect. So I just going to say redirect. We could just say if ID. So say if ID, and make sure this redirect is not from this as it is here. If there is an ID, you can just say redirect to and use redirect from next navigation. So this is where we now route to slash onboarding slash, okay, dollar ID, okay, okay. This is supposed to be like slash, go to onboarding slash that. I think that is the supposed to return that. So let me just try to go to onboarding to any of these. Let me say onboarding and try to go to any of these pages. Okay. So you see, you'll be redirected to this with your return URL of onboarding. So if we log in, let's first log in with a known account, and so that we see if this works. And I'm just going to go to, okay, I just see. And you see, I'm routed back to the starting point. Okay, which is really great. And this takes also that if someone is logged in, even if he tries to access resume, they just do like this. Okay, so this is the where we're just like putting the resume functionality, right? So if someone comes to the resume, we don't even need to ask them the tracking ID. So long as they are logged in, we can't just route them to. So if someone clicks on the resume or comes to this endpoint, I'm just going to do exactly this. So let me just copy that. go to the resume page. Okay, and you don't need so many things actually, so just like do this. Okay, git server session, and let's get redirect just like this. And let's also get the pause options. Okay, so now if I just go back to this page, I should just, yeah, if I just go back to this page and I refresh, okay, so you see I'm redirected back to this side. Okay, and we don't want to change, we don't need to change anything, because when you just go to provider, already it is having the same functionality. If you just go to resume, track your progress, resume application, if you just come here and you click on resume, so you see like you are doing the same thing, like redirecting you to that. Okay, in fact, just here where you can just like, you don't need all this. Even if you don't do any other logic, just leave it like that. Okay, and that is being done. On the login, if someone is logged in, what are we doing on the login? There is this redirect to the dashboard, I guess. Supposed to redirect to the dashboard. If we try to go to the login, let's see. If you just go to the login, yeah, so you can see I'm redirected to the dashboard. Okay, let's just log in, log out this person here. Okay, I'm just going to log in as an admin. Now, what I don't know is the password for the admin for sure. Okay, for some reason I should just remember it. Okay, so we have the admin. I don't know when the last time, and the last time we did the admin. Okay, we need to update a few things here with the admin. Okay. Yeah, we need to update a few things with the admin, and I think this is going to be the last part that we are going to work on, and yeah. So we can start with analytics. I don't know where these ones are getting from. Let me just go to back and just go dashboard, and then you have page. So you can just say we have the doctor dash, not doctor. I just want this. Where we have this. Okay. And I could just like have maybe a nice stuff which says welcome back admin or something. I'm just going to go to the dashboard. I could just like here, and you're like, of course, if we wanted, we could just get here this, but let me first start with this. So we have the stats cards here. Okay. We have the stats cards, patients, and all these services. Okay. I think we already have for this for the doctors. That should be very easy for us. This is why we have stats here. Okay. So that is why we have this get doctor. Let me first drop this. Most people complain about this. And get doctor analytics. Okay. And then we have these stats that we are getting for these get use analytics. That means we have to do one more for the admin. Why not? So just come here and do this. So in this one, I'm just going to change this one to get admin analytics. Okay. You don't need to get because you're saying here we are getting all the appointments. So I think the admin should just look at the total number of appointments, so we don't need to get we just don't need to get doctor appointments. We just need to simply get the appointments here. I will just see if we have get up all appointments. We have create an appointment, and we don't have anywhere we have get. We have the get appointments actually. Okay, so they're here. I'm just going to use this one. I'm just going to do this. You don't need to pass in anything actually. So this one should get us all the appointments, and wherever we have your user ID, we remove it. Okay. The admin, we have doctors, patients, appointments, and the services. Okay. Um, so from the appointments dot for each. I don't know how this one will just come out, but messages, we don't need messages. Let's start by putting them the way these ones are. We have doctors. So we're just going to copy this. Okay. We have doctors. Let's go and get the doctors. So to get the doctors, it should be easy. Let me just say const doctors. I will get. I have get doctors actually somewhere. I don't know if this is also dot data. Okay, so just put this await. When this is back, then you can just get the data. Let's also look at the get doctors, what it is doing. Okay, just like this. Okay. Let's go back here. Await get doctors if just give an empty array. So for the doctors, it's going to be doctors dot length. Okay. And the link to the doctors should be on dashboard doctors. So you have dashboard doctors. The other one is patients. Okay, so they have the patients here. I'm not so sure if these are like all the patients. Okay, dashboard patients. And then we have appointments. So we have the appointment dot length, and this is going to be that. We don't need to look at the messages. I don't know if this is necessary, but we have services. So here you can just have services, and we could just get services count or something, because I think we can just say const services. A way to get services. Sometimes get somewhere where we have services, get services. Okay. So you can just come here, we say services dot length. I'm just going to say here layout grid. That length they have refused, meaning that there is a problem with this get services. So this is where we have data. So okay. So we have the services. They should just have the same thing. The props really. I'm just going to go to where we have so let me just go and see where we have this doctor dashboard. If you just go back to this page and you go to the doctor dashboard, I think the first thing we're getting is the analytics. Okay. I'm just going to copy actually these first divs here. I will copy these, and let's go to the admin dashboard. I think it is this one. So before I go to the transactions, and let me just paste this. So welcome admin, and we can just use the username, meaning this, we should just be able to get a user. First of all, take off the statistics card. And I'm just going to simply get analytics is wait get admin analytics, and then just say const here, const user. So just first get session, maybe session is equal to await gates of session, and then passing across options. Then down here just say const user is equal to session dot user. Then import the analytics card, just like this. And if you just go back here, we should just now see different data. Doctors, we have 21, patients, we have 8, appointments 12, and services 6. And it's just like the total data, I guess. Okay. Um, Now here we just need to have some things to put here. Maybe we could just like have recent doctors. I don't know what's wrong, what is on the doctors page. Okay, so we have this side, the doctors. So we could also just like put like recent doctors here. And what else could be, we need to show on this page. We just like do recent, like recent doctors actually. Yeah, let's just do that. So I will just go with where we have these cells here as this image where we could show the image of the doctor, their name, their email, and then this side we're just going to show a button. Okay, maybe even more. Make it see. Yeah, on this page you just need doctors really. So I'm just going to go to the dashboard where we have these cards really. And I'm just going to only just take off one card. Okay. And let's just have here recent doctors. Okay. So the good thing we have the avatar. So we just simply just also to get the doctors here. Const doctors is equal to await gauge doctors. Okay. So this gives back, I think, all the data. Let's first look at what we get back. So we get this, we select name, so we have ID, name, email, Slack, phone, and then we have the doctor profile. And it is where we inside where we have like the profile picture. Okay. I'm just going to go to that. Mm, go back to the dashboard. So I'm just going to take off all these ones. So just going to say here, the doctors dot map. So I think we just first check um okay, I'm just going to say if doctors, and so you can just say now doctors dot map. Okay. You have the doctor. So first of all, we just want to limit only 5. So create a slice, and this is 0 to 5. And then down here, we'll have a key. Okay, coming from doctor.id. Now let's start by adding here the profile. If the profile is not there, then we shall just use the name. So you're just going to have doctor, like as in doctor dot profile image or profile picture. And if it's not there, let's put an empty. And then for this, we need to generate inside here to get the initials. Const initials is equal to get or generate. I don't know if we have that function yet. Generate trackings. Okay, we have generate initials. Actually, initials. Generate initials. We have this function. I don't know why it is not exporting. I think it is it exported? Yes. Yeah, okay, the one is it is called get initials. So just get initials. Let's import this. And we can pass in doctor dot name, and then get the initials, and then put them here. The initials. Okay. Then here we put the full name, which is doctor dot name. Then here we have doctor dot email. Okay. Then this one is going to be like a button. Okay. I'm just going to add a button here, which says maybe approve or something. Okay. Let's just go and see. Okay, so you can see we have these doctors now. Okay, the ones who don't have the image, we put this. The ones who have the images, as you can see, here we have this approve button. Okay, great. So one thing I want to do now is the doctor's page, because those two pages are very important. So what I'm just going to do is I will simply go ahead and copy the patient layout from the doctors. And they have here where we have the patients. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and copy that. Copy. Go to the dashboard here. And I'm just going to first of all delete this. So I will paste this patients. Of course, we also need patients, and then we have also this, which is going to be doctors. So here is going to be doctors, and we can first stop the server for it to be able to do that faster. Just simply Control C and then rerun this. Okay, let's first start with the doctors. Now we have the page that we need to fetch all the doctors, and we don't want to check this. Okay, maybe we could just check if the role is admin for this case. Generate slug, and is getting the slug from the logged in user appointments, then from appointments. Okay, for this one, we don't need to go all this way. We just simply need to get the doctors. I'm just going to okay. I'm just going to go ahead and change a little bit on this, how this one's supposed to look like. Okay, maybe just show you the number of doctors. So here, count. Okay, let me just start by getting the doctors. We might just not need all these. Maybe after user, and just say const doctors is equal to await get doctors. Okay, and then these doctors we can. So here we have a new patient. We're just going to rewrite this how it looks like. For now, just href. I'm just going to put hashtag. I will see what we are going to put there. Then home display card is going to be is going to take in the doctor's length, doctor's.length. And it seems that the doctor's thing here is need to be wrapped into gate. What he's saying length is he's saying this is possibly null, so just make it this like this. And then the new appointment link, just put this. I'm just going to put this as doctors. Okay, so now just go to the layout and fetch the data also. I just say here is admin appointments. We're just going to do the same exact thing we did there. So const doctors is equal to await get doctors and then an empty array. So this just going to say doctors. Now we have this patient panel, of which you might just need to create the doctor panel. For now, let me just go to the patient panel. I will duplicate this. Okay. Control C, Control V. I'm just going to make this as I'm making this as doctor panel. Okay. So this is just going to be, I don't know if the role is required, but I'm just getting the doctors. Okay. And for this, I don't know what should be. Just going to go here to doctors. Let's first go to where we have this layout page, where we are getting the doctors. Do we create something like the props for this? I'd want to have the types for this because this is not the um, the actual doctor, so I would just want to get the one with this data, a type that returns this data. Let's first go to types. As if I remember, we have something in the types. It is doctor detail. Okay. Just going to go back. I'll just copy this. Maybe go to chat here. Just say, hey, can you give me the types for the doctor from the uh, below function. Okay, so it is saying that you need to define the types for the availability, then the doctor profile, and then the doctor. Okay, and I think we already have this. Um, doctor in the types. If you remember where we just went to types here, we saw this as the doctor profile. If you just look at this, I guess they're the same. ID name, email, Slack, phone. Okay, so I already have this. The doctor detail. Okay, so whenever I'm just going to use that, I can use it. So just like doctors. It's like have like did I just quit doctor panel? We also have like doctors panel. Now where are we using this doctor panel really? Oh, we're using this in the patient side, right? Okay. I think we can just like use this. Can we use this? What is going to differ is the detail page of the doctor. There are some things I think the normal user shouldn't access. Should just access a few things about the doctor. Mm, we could just have the listing looking the same. Just going to use this same listing. Just go to the layout. I'm just going to go here and say, sorry, doctors, doctors panel, and let's take in the doctors as doctors. I believe one of the I'm just going to say doctor panel instead. We'll just make them different. We have also doctor panel. We text in this, and they are of type a doctor detail. Okay, they type doctor detail. Could just go back up here. Layout, and I think this is about being null or not. So I don't know what this one is all about. Is not compatible with property doctor profile, are incompatible. I think just because of I don't know. Okay, let's first go ahead with this first before we just get consumed. What would we want to show on this? I'm just going to go to the doctor's panel. Maybe I just get this. Okay, Control C. Let me just put also this here. Okay, so we have the slug of viewing the doctor. Now this is, we don't want to go to the doctor's page for this. We're just going to go to the view page. Okay, doctor's view, and maybe ID or something. And they just use ID. So meaning we don't need a slug. If we wanted to use a slug, do we need a slug? I don't. Okay, so here is ID. Okay. Okay, so it seems we are good. If I go to doctors, I bet that here you just need to have a button. Let me go back to the dashboard. Just a minute. So from this, we can just have like flex the items center to justify between, and we just have this, and then we have also the button. Just put the link here, and the href is taking to dashboard, doctors, and this is just like view all. Just put here as child, I think. Okay, so we could just have this button somewhere here. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm just going to click on this. Just want to look at how they look like. Okay. Dashboard doctors is returning page not found. Okay. Dashboard doctors page. It cannot bring the dashboard doctors. Okay, so now you have that. It is there. So we have them here, all the doctors, but I think they would look nice is if we used the same. I'm just going to change this layout a bit. I'm just going to go back to the dashboard here. I'm just going to use this very one. Okay. Just copy this and let's go to the doctor panel, and I'm just going to put this, get the avatar, get the avatar image, get the fallback. Okay, so for this one, get initials. Okay, so we are good. Let's look at now how they look like. I just want to remove one thing, and that one thing is this button of approve. Maybe we could just put something else. Let's first see how it looks like. Refresh. Okay, so this is how they look like. They look like this. And we don't want to slice them to 5. So here we have sliced 5. We don't want that. And then on the dashboard, um, is we had grid gap 8. So you could just also add this here to just give some gap. I'm just going to instead give space Y. You could just give space Y, or you could also give margin button here of 4. Okay, just like this. Now these links should be links. Okay, so I'm just going to go to this and make it a link. Okay. Uh, so let's see now if we have anything changing. Okay, so these now are links. Okay, you have 21 doctors today. And on top here, you should just have like uh, doctors, not patients. And where is that title coming from? Let's go to the layout. I think it's on the page. Where do we have patients? Okay, here. First of all, this one should be also not new patient, but doctor. Doctors. Okay, where is this one coming from? Layout. Okay, doctors. Okay. Okay, so far so good. we have all these uh, doctors. You can scroll, and so what we need now is to click in one doctor, and then um, okay. I'm just going to go to the doctor panel. You can add this to 6, I guess. Okay, so this button we have to put something, some other data that we can just use. Okay, so instead of this approve, we're just going to put the status for this doctor if is approved or not approved. And I just want to quickly first check in the schema, and I want to check if that we put it on the user. So the user, we need to see if has a status. The user doesn't have a status, as well as I think the profile. So it's something we need to add. Okay. So I'm just going to add here something like enum, and we can just add um maybe doctor status. Okay, and doctor status, and we can just like doctor status, we can just have like two statuses, I think, like pending, uh another one could be pending, approved, and then the last one could be like banned, or I just actually just say rejected. Okay, I'm just going to go with only those three. I don't know why it is not uh, working. It's probably because of this space. Okay, so you can just have this doctor status, and now I know why we should add this. We could just like add this on the user. Okay, but maybe we could just call this user status, because maybe the patients don't need to be rejected. But again, putting it on the user profile, I think that one would be very far, I guess. Just going to put this on the user. So I just change this to user status. Okay, so just come here and we can just add status. Okay, which is going to be user status, and we're just going to say add default, and then just going to give it like pending. Yeah. Okay. You just need to pass in the actual value just like this. Okay. So by default, all users, they will have a status of pending, and it doesn't matter whether this one will just be working only on the doctors. Okay. And we need also to add this at some point in the should I add it here? I'm just going to add this in the doctor profile. It is only the doctor who needs this. So I'm just going to add this status, and this is going to be now doctor status. Okay. Okay. So it exists now on the profile. So on the point where we are getting doctors, it I don't think we can access that, but we can just go to users. Okay. We can just go to users and get doctors here. We can just like include the status. Okay. Now the status is not being seen because we need to push. And I'm just going to go to the terminal, stop it, npx prisma db push. I'm just going to run npm run dev. Okay. So just add the status there like that. So we can just like check whatever is on the status, and where we have the doctor panel, we can just like design this button, right? So I'm just going to have this button. I will leave it as a button. Give it a class name. Okay. I'll give it, for instance, adding y of 2, px of maybe 6, rounded md, and maybe so. We're just going to give according to the status of the doctor, we'll give it different colors. Okay. So we're just going to cut this, and we're going to use, let's cross cut this, and we're just going to use cn. Let's import this. Maybe it is already here. I'm just going to pass in this, and let's start giving here. So if the doctor dot profile dot status, in fact, we could first find the status. Okay, we can first find the status here. Cut. So here we just first find the status. Const status is equal to this. Doctor.profile is probably null. So you can just go ahead and also add this to the doctor detail. In the types. Okay, there is doctor profile detail, which is here. So we just need to add the status. Which is of type doctor status from Prisma client. So well, if you go back, status now is there, right? So you can just now use it here, comma. So if the status is equal to, for instance, approved. Okay, if it is equal to approved, then we could just use maybe some BG green, BG green 500. If the status, if status is equal to, let's just say pending. Okay, if this is true, then I'm just going to say BG orange 400. Here we could just say, just first use that. Here is, so just say BG red 500. And then here just going to put actually status itself. Status. Okay. I have pending and all this. I can refresh. Okay, so you have this pending. And first of all, we need to make it very small, I guess. Starting, there is going to be 1.5. Here, I'm just going to make it 3. I'm just going to have the font size of text extra small. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and the pending. Okay, padding y we said of 1.5. Okay, yeah. So this is great. Now we have these ones which doesn't have anything. That's why they're taking else. Okay. So we'd also want to see of course, these ones, they will not be there because these are the first ones we added. Okay, so you can see like all they have pending. So at some point we would want to make this in such a way that it is somehow clickable. I think I will increase the size of this panel a little bit, and I think that is in the layout. So the panel right now is taking up this. I'm just going to make it 5. Okay, and then this one, I'm just going to make it 7. Okay. So now we have this. And let's go ahead and give also some padding. So where we have these panels, just add px of 8. Just push a little bit. Yeah. Great. So now we can just have this one. So we have to work on the doctor view. So we have here view, which takes in this here. So you have to design this page really, see how this one looks like. Okay. So I'm just going to go and pass in the ID in the doctor panel. Just going to dynamically send these to the dashboard. Doctors view, and then we pass in the ID. Is doctor.id. Okay, so if we click on this one, it should just take me to the detailed page. Okay. And also these, I believe like we have given it more space. Maybe someone can have a very big email. So on the other side, uh, let's just take it back to 4. So I'm just going to go back to the layout. Let's go back to 4 and 8. Okay. Maybe then the padding, we just stick to 3. Okay. So now here we just need to start dividing, first of all, the details of this doctor, like the name, email, status, and so many other things that we need to add here. And then after that, we'll just divide into 2 or so. where we have the appointments. Maybe you could just take a look at this doctor's appointments. Okay, or we could just like maybe mention the number of appointments. You might not need to look at the appointments themselves, but you might just want to know the details. So this side, we shall first go and get the detailed page for, I think, for the patient. If you just go inside dashboard, uh, supposed to have dashboard doctor. I don't know how we don't have doctor. Okay, doctor is here. There is this view for the patient. I don't know if that is the one we have. Okay. Uh, Let me just go back to layout, doctor panel. I think here we just need to go to the detailed page here on the view. Okay, so we might not need these appointments, but we might just need his details. Let me see. This is why we have that. We could also get the doctor appointments on this page. We just say get doctor appointments. And if I refresh, you have this doctor has 9 appointments and you can see them here. But this is not exactly what we want. We might not want to show these appointments. Okay. Maybe we could just also give him the ability to see the appointments for this doctor. It's okay. Okay. But I'm just going to classify them where you can see the appointments and the details on this page. So I could just go ahead and put the tabs. So let me just go inside here. So these are not the only details we'll have here. Okay, we'll have so many other things that we will have. Okay, I can see appointments. So on top here, I'm just going to use this space to add some more things. I will first put his names. Appointments is going to be this side. Let me just go to shard. And I just go to typography and I'm just going to get H2. So I need this. So I just need to create a flex and dot. You're just going to say items center justify between, and I will put the first div with these two, and I will again put another div so that we have two things here, something like this. Just going to work on this in a second. So we just need to make this one XL. This for CXL. How does it look like? Okay, that is good. So what I want to do is, in the first one, we have to put the full names of this doctor. So here, um, I just need to fetch const doctor is equal to await get doctor. I'm not sure if we have get doctor by ID, and then we pass in the ID. So just going to put these in brackets, and then we say dot. Okay. Okay, so from there we can just have doctor dot name. Down here, I'm just going to say doctor dot email. So doctor dot email. Okay. So you will have the name of the doctor plus his email. Okay, just like that. And then I'm just going to put slash. So you could just put like slash. And then you put doctor dot phone. Okay, so that one will be good to have also the phone number. Just like that. And then this side is going to have also two things. It's going to have the appointments this doctor has and the button. So on top here, we're just going to have, it's going to have the button. Okay, the same button we had in the layout. I'll create for it, let me create for it a component. Okay. Let me just create for it a component. It is this one. So it takes in the status. Okay. I'm just going to say copy this and let's go to components. dashboard. I'm just going to create a new, okay, the approve btn.tsx, and then I will see. I'm just going to paste this one here, and let's come here. We pass in the status is of type status is of type doctor role, doctor status, just like this. Let's import the cn. We can save this. So we can just like use this wherever we want, starting from the doctor panel. Remove all this, and let's pass in this. We pass in status equal to status. I'm just going to make sure that the status is there. I'm just going to give it a default of pending. Okay, so this will make sure that all the time the status is there. I'm also going to go this side and I put this button on the detailed page. So I will just go to the view ID, and then here I'm just going to put the same button, and let's create the status. So const status is equal to doctor dot doctor profile dot status. Okay, and by default we're just going to give it pending. Okay, great. So now we have this, and then we have again the status here. Okay, so appointments. So down here, I'm just going to divide into two tabs. So I will just, on this very one, I'm just going to put the tabs here. So just go back here. First import this. Then I'm just also going to put this. If you just go to before the appointments and put this. So there will be two things. There will be there will be details. I'm just going to say this one with this full. There will be details, which I'm just going to say details. This one will be appointments. Okay, here will be details. And then this one is going to be appointments. So all the appointments are going to be put this you're seeing here. This whole entire thing, I'm just going to simply add it inside here, just like this. And then in this one, we'll have the doctor details. Doctor details, and let's go here. We just say appointments. Okay, and then here, just going to go ahead and say details, doctor details. Okay, so that's what we have, the two tabs here. Okay, so you can see when you click on appointments, you have these appointments, and then when you click on doctor details, you have these details. Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to start putting the details. Okay, so let's just go ahead and the fact that we have these ones, I'm just also going to give them some padding inside here. Let's add a small padding of maybe 4. Okay, that's good. And then for the details, I'm also going to add a padding of 4. Good, padding of 4, just like that. So you're just going to start adding the way we have them. Okay, we're just going to start putting the way we have these. I'm just going to go in incognito. So let me just go to another browser maybe. Okay, I'm just going to go to localhost 3000. So I just want to open okay, I'm just going to log out. Let me just log in as a doctor. I want to look at, so I just going to say I just want to put here login. Okay, so I want to see this information we have on the profile so that I can just be using that the other side of the doctor. Okay, so we have biodata. So we'll have these headings here. So for instance, the first one is going to be biodata. Just like this. I'm just going to give class name of text SM, maybe just say uppercase, and just going to say I don't know if it is just leading. I always forget letter spacing. I think it's tracking. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have biodata. Where we have the first name, you can just look at them here. Biodata is divided into first name, last name, middle name, gender, and others. First name, last name. So let's go ahead and put, maybe we just give this one a border bottom. Okay, padding bottom of maybe 1, margin bottom of 2. Okay, and then here just going to put dot, maybe just say grid, dot grid equals 2. Okay, and let's give a gap of 4. So we're just going to say first name. So for instance, just going to say span, first name, uh, so this will be a doctor dot doctor profile dot first name. Okay, so we have first name Asuman. I'm just going to say flex, item center. I'm just going to give this one a class name of margin right of 3, and then I will add the okay, so we have that. So we have first name, last name, so this is going to be last name. So we continue, we have date of birth, date of birth, and then is going to be DOB. What did we call it? Birthday. Okay, so I think some other information we had not put it. Okay, on the doctor detail, because from the schema, doctor profile, we have the DOB here. Okay, if we go to types, doctor profile detail. Okay, we don't have the DOB, date of birth. I'll type, I don't know if I just say string or date. I don't know. Also, if I just come back to this side, This is we're saying the date is two. So I think we should have a where we are getting like the full year or something. Let me look at the functions we have here. Get day from date, get formatted short date, and get long date. So you can just get like get formatted short date, day, name, month, and day, and long date, day, month, day, month. Okay. I'm just going to get, I'm just going to come here and I get the date because all these ones, they don't bring back the year. So I'm just going to say here, if you're given a date, okay, create a function that returns, create a TypeScript function that returns a date of this format. 9th, for instance, 9th October 1962. Okay, let me just try this function. Get normal date. Okay, I'm just going to export this. And after going back this side, this pass this into the function get normal date. What did I export here? So I'm just going to say get normal date and then it's passing this. So we have a the doctor profile. I could first get the date, I think from outside here. Is going to be doctor the doctor profile dob. Okay, so now we just need to pass in this. We just need to pass in dob. Okay, I'm saying that this needs to take in a date of which I'm trying to provide the date. Maybe say as date. Let's say here any. Let's see if this actually does it. Okay, there is this gate a date from normal date get date. Before we put this, I think I'm just going to console.log this. Or try to render that. Will it accept? DOB. Okay, so the DOB is not there, and I think the problem is in the server action. Okay, so you can see here in the ones we are selecting in the doctor profile, we need to add all these. Okay, we'll be just adding them like that. So now we can also set the default. I'm just going to refresh this. It is still giving us the undefined. So what I will just do is also say that if there is no any date. So let me first go to the Prisma Studio. Maybe let's look at some profile here. So the date looks like this. Okay. I will have to first give ChatGPT that my date is the, the date we are passing into a function is of this type. Okay. I will also give this one as I will give this one as also a default. Okay, so if just in case it's not there, I will give this as a default. So this one is a date string according to what it is saying here. I'm just going to copy this. So you can see now it is outputting this one. Let's go to my function. Pass this. Export. Export. And then this is get. Get normal. Get normal date. Okay. Going back to the other point. Here we have this. So let me just go back, passing this dob. I don't need to, I just pass in this. Okay, so you can see here 13th May 1992. Okay, so if the doctor, the profile does not have that information, so I take this one. Okay, so man, so we are remaining with, so we have this for, there is middle name. It is middle name. I think we can put three things on this line. So I will just say grade 3, and this is going to be LG. Just say MD grade equals 2, and finally just going to be the grade equals 1. Okay, so we have date of birth. Say as string. Okay, I'm just going to duplicate this. We still have a middle name. And the middle name is going to be Dr. Middle name. I'm not so sure if it is called middle name. I'm just going to check in the schema. Middle name. So we'll just add it in two places in this users here. I'm just also going to add it in the types. Okay. Okay, so here is possibly now. So can I just put this? So we have middle name. uh, somewhere in actions. I didn't make it right in the actions. Put a comma. Okay, maybe we just leave them to be two columns. Okay, I just leave them to be two. And the last one is, we have date of birth, middle name, and then the last one is gender. So we have the gender. Gender, and then this is okay. So the biodata is done, just like that. So supposed to go ahead and now duplicate this. Add it down here. So the second one is profile information. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead. Basically, what we are doing on the details, we are trying to put all the information that is their side. We are trying to put it here so that the admin can look at this information. Okay, admin can look at this information. So I'm just going to pause and then I will just go ahead and put all the information. Then I'll be back. Okay, guys, I've tried feeding some details from this stuff, but I couldn't manage to add all the information. I'm really exhausted at this point, so I think we're just going to have one more episode. Even when I wanted this to be the last, it is not possible to have this as last, as we still have the patients, handle the patients, and we also still have to finish these details, and we still have also patients. So um I really wanted to finish this in this episode, but I cannot. So we're just going to take a rest and we shall see you, or I will see you in the next episode. And please go ahead and subscribe, or you check out the Next.js full stack course. I will see you in the next video.